Welcome inside Dan Petrie Field for Game 2 of a doubleheader between two of the best teams in the state of Michigan, Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice. The Eaglets of Orchard Lake took Game 1 8-0. Game 2 about to get underway. Chad Bush and Brian Sikowski with you again. This is Long Ball Live. We're the Prep. Glad you're with us on a cold 49-degree Game 2. Brian, your thoughts on this matchup with a couple of fresh arms for each team?
Yeah, Pacey's going to have to navigate a lineup he's yet to have to navigate throughout his career. This is kind of his first year pitching high-profile baseball on the varsity team. He's the St. Mary's number 2, has been to start the season, and this is the best lineup he's faced yet. So we'll see how it goes for him. It's going to be a test, but credit to Aiden Donovan in Game 1. And an interesting stat Coach Petrie just shared that I didn't notice, that I wouldn't have looked at. Aiden Donovan has now 21 consecutive innings to start the season and has not allowed a run yet.
Very impressive.
St. Mary's needs an ace. They needed one coming in. Maybe he's that guy. Turn it into it right before our eyes.
This is Pacey, the pitcher, Anthony Pacey, and he will face a Brother Rice lineup that looks new and looks improved. The Warriors have already matched their hit total in Game 1. In the first swing of the first game, this is Ryan Taransky, who moved up from the 2 spot to the leadoff spot, a spot he's very familiar with, Brian.
He usually does hit leadoff from what I've seen this year, as far as looking at the box scores. And that's just a good swing, not trying to do too much, pitch out over the plate. And I've seen Pacey throw this year already. His issue is not stuff. His issue when he throws his fastball for strikes, it's often middle. Needs to be able to hit the edges better, needs to create a little bit more movement on it. It's the fastball that's gotten him in trouble so far when he has gotten in trouble. But can spin a couple different break balls, turns over a changeup well. He's a strike thrower. Lots to like.
This is Cole Vandermeed, who's in at shortstop today. And he looks at a fastball over for a strike. 1-1 the count to Vandermeed. We saw his brother Chase on the mound in the DH spot in Game 1.
It's actually kind of funny. It's 3 brothers, including a set of twins, all born very close together because they're only separated by 1 grad class, and they are all shockingly different baseball players.
They really
from
are.
One another. It's funny. It's a little it's unique. It's cool. But you know what? The older one is 6'5", and throws 90-91. Then you got the runner who's a left-handed hitter, and it's a fun little story.
You do, yeah, it is neat. Runner on at first, Taransky, nobody out. Pacey strikeout with his second hitter of the afternoon, 1 out.
Well-located fastball there from Pacey. Got it on the outside corner. I've noticed in my brief looks so far he feels a little bit more comfortable commanding the fastball to the glove side, and that's a perfect spot for it. Cowger came back, got it. Great pitch.
Yes, sir. So here comes the left-handed hitting DH today in Game 2, Tyler Fox. We saw Fox in Game 1 playing left field. Grand slam back on Thursday. This is a big left-handed stick. 1 on, 1 out. Good speed at first by Taransky. And the Pacey heater is upstairs.
Taransky's getting an extra step or 2 on that lead. I can't imagine he's going to go with a lefty in the box early like this. 2-0. Fox is maybe your most impactful hitter from a power perspective.
So 2 men on, 1 man out. It's a walk for Pacey. You mentioned the location at times being a concern, and this is where he can get into some trouble with guys like Vandermeed in the heart of this Bob Riker order. Bob Riker, the head coach in his 32nd year. Kyle Galley, an assistant in his first year. And Mike Steele in his first year as the new pitching coach, the Central Michigan grad and former Long Beach State
Didn't know
coach.
Steely was coaching for them.
He is that, yeah. See, I asked you, the Steel guy.
Yeah.
You probably thought I meant a Steel guy out of like Pennsylvania or something.
Long-time college coach.
Yeah.
Coached in pro ball for a while. I believe
That's
he was
right.
the pitching coach at Wichita State for a number of years.
That's correct. And Long Beach State.
And, of course, like we said, most importantly, it's CMU alum.
No doubt. Fire up. It's a pop-up, late start, and in to snatch it in shallow center field is Luke Crichton. So there's 2 outs, a man on, and that'll leave things up to Alfredo Velasquez. the guy who started game one for Brother Rice. Pitched well, gave up 3 runs, but tough luck loser in that one.
He was just a little, like we talked about, not all that fine with the command, and I thought St. Mary's was as good against him as they could possibly be, and still it was only 3 runs, which speaks to how good Fredo is.
Pacey comes in 2-0 on the year with a 3.5 ERA. He's pitching in his 15th inning, and he is making his 4th start. He has struck out 16 coming in and walked 5, and has a 64% strike percentage. That one is flown to left and deep, way back, and that ball is gone. A 3-run homer for Alfredo Velasquez, and it's 3-0 Brother Rice.
He can do that. It's power to all fields like we've talked about. He's not overly physical, overly big, but he's a really talented hitter. He's got power to all fields. That was a pitch in a hittable spot. We've talked about Pacey being susceptible to that already this year. Oliver Service did a similar thing in the first inning a couple weeks ago. But, hey, now Mary's got to play from behind.
St. Mary's trailed 3-0 on the Oliver Service home run a couple weeks ago here in this building and had to come from behind. They did so, 8-5 winners, but Brother Rice, a different animal, and with some confidence, and Illich on the mound. This is what Brother Rice wanted to do, come out and show they mean business, and they've done that here in the first. Dowd swings and misses. Quickly ahead is Pacey.
Just if you're Pacey, you just got to stay in the zone, keep attacking, get an out here, get back in the dugout, let your offense go to work.
Swung on, struck, firm down the line. This is twisting foul and out of play. Some hard hit balls in this first inning by the Warriors. Come in 8-3 on the year. 1 loss apiece to Grosse Pointe South, Catholic Central, and now St. Mary's. Brother Rice will play at home on Saturday to UAD. That's if weather permits. Right now, Saturday's looking nasty. Ground ball to McKay, backhands, and bobbles, and collects an air.
Usually very sure-handed, Ryan McKay, and one of the more sure-handed infield defenders in the whole state the last couple of years at second base. But just, I don't know, looks like it kind of sped up on him a little bit, and he probably still had an opportunity to make the play even with the first mishandle, but then dropped it. You don't need that if you're Pacey.
No, sir. So, this is Turner, Owen Turner, the batter, and the number 7 hitter in Bob Riker's lineup. 3-0 Warriors on the 3-run home run by the Michigan commit, Alfredo Velasquez. Got him on strikes. So the strikeout of Turner and the side retired, but not before damage done. A 3-run job to left, and the Rice Warriors are on top. 3-0. We're back to the bottom half right after these.
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Want to thank our friends at State Crushing. It's not too soon to start thinking about getting yourself some topsoil, some mulch. And this is spring's finally here, and it's coming. It's time to spruce up your landscaping. State Crushing Landscape has all the products you'll need to refreshen up your home this season. 2 locations in Oxford and Auburn Hills to serve you. 248-338-3310. From topsoil to mulch, they got it all. Delivery and pickup available. Visit them at statecrushing.com. Chad and Brian back with you. Blake Illich on the mound to face the St. Mary's 1, 2, and 3 hitters, McKay, Parker Brustevich, and Blake Grimmer. 3-0 Warriors. What do we know about Mr. Blake Illich?
Been heavily on the radar already for a couple of years. A guy who's one of those famous at 13 kids or whatever, however you want to phrase it. Pitched in our Select Festival as one of the top 14 U players in the country. He's big. He's athletic. He throws hard. Probably going to be upper 80s. I have not seen him in a while, so I really don't know as to that. I would guess upper 80s. I've seen him touch 90, 91. It's a good curveball. He likes to throw it. We'll see how the command is, but it's big upside and a huge add for Rice this year.
He's a transfer from Grosse Pointe University Liggett, and he walks the leadoff man, Ryan McKay. He's committed to Duke. Duke is here today.
Duke's in the house.
Duke is in the house. They've already signed Alex Mooney. He's on his way perhaps out the door. But they have signed this kid, Blake Illich, who has a few years left. He's just a sophomore, right?
Very, very talented, and this is something that's oftentimes a little bit difficult to understand just because you don't necessarily know the competition level of this league. Even the most talented young guys, their weaknesses will be exploited by competition of this caliber.
There goes McKay. Brustevich looks at an off-speed pitch, and McKay has stolen the base.
It's 5 straight balls to start the game. McKay with a really good jump there. Turner can throw. We've seen that. But really tough to throw on a curveball in the dirt. He picked it clean and got off a good throw, but that's just a good job by McKay.
7 innings without giving up a run so far to start the year for Illich, but the bugaboo is the control. It's a hot fastball, but he has yet to really find the plate, and he's got the first 2 guys on, a position that St. Mary's has been in many times today already.
Important for Grimmer here to not be the first guy to chase a fastball and swing and miss. He could very easily tie the game, but he doesn't have to. Stay within your stuff. Stay within the approach. You get a fastball in a hittable spot, hammer it, but don't chase. Make him come to you. Put the pressure on him.
Cross-up job, perhaps. It was indeed still a strike called. Gotta love that if you're a pitcher.
It definitely was a strike, I think.
It was.
It
was just a cross-up job. We'll get another look at it.
Just one is fastball. I know that.
With a runner on second, it's either 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's a look at the Illich curveball. That's a hammer pitch.
It's a hammer that caught him right where you don't want it to be caught. That's a shot to short, and it eats up Vandermeed at short. That's going to score a run. McKay around third. He'll score. And St. Mary's cuts into the 3-0 deficit with an RBI single by Blake Grimmer.
Again, they will take your punch, and they'll hit you right back. And they've been doing it for years. It's just a good piece of hitting from Grimmer, not trying to do too much like we said. No expanding. Took the breaking ball for a strike, was in protection mode, wasn't trying to hit the ball 400 feet, hit it hard, hit it oppo. That's probably a hit. You could maybe call that an error, but I'd call that a hit. It was so hard hit,
Yeah, it's a hit.
And all of a sudden, here comes Mary's again.
First and second, here comes Jason Oliver.
Illich really trying to pitch off that breaking ball because he's struggling with the fastball command. And it's a good enough pitch for him to be able to do that, but you also have to be able to locate that.
Fouled back. First and second, St. Mary's getting 1 run back on the RBI single off the bat of Blake Grimmer, the Tennessee commit. And this is the future Hoosier two-way star, Jason Oliver. 5 home runs already this year for Oliver. and 22 runs driven in to lead the team in both categories. Double steal. Ground ball to Vandermeed. Bad hop off his glove, and everybody's safe.
The double steal there caused some havoc. You had Vandermeed moving all over the place at short, and that's not his fault. That's what you do. The ball was hit really hard. Probably a play you have to make. I understand that's a tough hop. He was able to knock it down. It's just an unfortunate situation there that was put in play by, in part, to Matt putting guys in motion. And Brustevich had third stolen, by the way. Like, he would have been there standing up.
Right. Bases loaded, a run in, and Brustevich at the plate, and he overswings at that low sinker. Strike one. Brustevich at third, Grimmer at second, Jason Oliver at first. And this is the freshman Hudson Brustevich, the first baseman. Double play depth up the middle. But this is where you lean on Illich. You hope he can get you a punch out.
Yep. You want to strike. You really need to strike out here. It's the first inning. You don't need a strikeout, but that would be a good confidence builder as well as obviously a pretty important out.
Off speed ground ball through the hole, base hit into score. Parker Brustevich. Grimmer will hold at third. St. Mary's has 2 runs in. Brother Rice still leads it 3-2, but there's nobody out, and the bases are still loaded.
Now batting catcher.
And a conversation about to be had.
Another great job from Hudson Brustevich there. I mean, didn't hit that ball hard, but got behind 0-1, took a swing and miss, and he doesn't swing and miss very often on a good pitch to start the at-bat, and then is just trying to make contact. Is just trying to put the ball in play, hit it in a good spot. Petrie considered sending Grimmer, it looked like, but really no reason to push that with nobody out and a couple of guys coming up that can do some damage here. But they've got Blake Illich on the ropes right away.
Mike Steele out to have a word with his young right-hander, and it's a long discussion that involves the entire infield. It's a key part of this game. It's a one-run game, and Illich has yet to really find his groove or get an out.
Coach Steele not looking all that happy coming out of that meeting either.
No, he walked away like somebody passed gas in that huddle.
And that may have happened. We don't know.
It could have.
We don't know.
Might have.
I've taken mound visits because of doing it in the dugout. Leave that in there for them to deal with. I'm going to go talk to the pitcher for 30 seconds.
Oh, that's good. That is awesome. Here is Cowdrey, and he is over the top of a off-speed pitch that was awesome as well from Illich, and a great answer.
I don't know if he can navigate the lineup a couple times pitching off of his curveball like that, but you can definitely at least do it a couple times.
That's a seeing eye single and a base hit, and that ball has found a lot of St. Mary's love through that left side, and poor Vandermeed's just been attacked by some real challenging hops.
It's tough over there. There have been a couple balls that absolutely just hit hard in exactly the wrong spot, so you get a tough hop on them, and then that one's not hit all that hard, but again, it's hitting exactly the right spot.
Where it needs to be.
That's that batting average on balls and play luck. Sometimes you get from it, sometimes you take from it.
It's a base hit and an RBI for the catcher, Vincent Cowdrey, and that'll bring up Boisenau, and Boisenau will look at a filthy slider for strike one.
It's a really, really good pitch. He can really spin the baseball. It's a swing and miss pitch right now. But as we've seen, you need to be able to throw fastball for strikes as well.
Nobody out, bases loaded until now. That's a strikeout, and a fine job by the backstop to keep that in front. Good job by Turner. Good job by Illich. There's one out. Here comes Luke Crichton.
Same job if you're Luke Crichton. Make contact. Try and cash a runner in here.
Like Vandermeed, he played some prime minutes. Not as many as Chase, but played off Todd Covert's bench for St. Mary's.
Notably on varsity as a freshman.
That's right.
On a really good team.
Yep. Ground ball right side, right at the first baseman. Throw home is low, but caught for out number 2. So they get the force at home. Taransky to Turner. It's 2 outs. Oliver's retired at the plate. And that'll leave things up to the DH, the number 9 hitter, Aiden Donovan. isn't the easiest of throws home, but Turner a fine job catching his second game back there. First pitch strike to Donovan.
Both catchers today catching both. Cowdery on St. Mary's side, Turner on the right side.
It's tough stuff, especially in this weather. We say that if it's cold, we say it if it's hot, because if it's cold, it twinges off anything, it hurts. And if it's too hot, you're so belabored that
it's never not tough.
It's never not tough to catch a doubleheader.
It's never not tough, yeah. Perfect weather. It's still a hard day.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. This game is tied at 3. Swing and a miss, a big Blake fastball. And the side retired, but nothing solved. St. Mary's answers right back with a haymaker of their own. And we're tied at Treza's side as we go to the second.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Well, Brother Rice came in number 3 in the state in most polls, in the MHSA poll at least, and cold weather batch, you guys had him 2.
Yep.
Bob Riker, the head coach, 32nd year all-time winningest coach. He's part of their Hall of Fame. A couple of state titles to his credit. Catholic League Central Division rivals. And they have been battling Orchard Lake St. Mary's the last 14 games. But look, they've dominated the series all time. This is the 76th battle. And Rice has won 19 more times than St. Mary's in the series, which speaks to the dominance. And Matt Petrie, the Brother Rice grad, has led St. Mary's back to their best times ever in school history.
And it's not at all a coincidence that the best St. Mary's baseball has ever been coincides with St. Mary's flipping the script in this rivalry in baseball specifically. There was a little. It really has nothing to do with the fact that Matt went to Brother Rice, played for Riker, whatever. But there was a Brother Rice-sized monkey on the back of St. Mary's baseball.
Sure.
Even Matt's first handful of years here, that in order to take it to new heights, you needed to finally beat Rice.
Yeah.
And once that started happening, good things followed.
And Matt learned a lot from Bob Riker.
Of course.
And his style is carried over a bit from Bob Riker.
Yep.
And I know he thinks the world of him, and they communicate regularly, and there's a lot of respect both ways.
No question.
But it's that student to teacher type thing when at some point you don't want that student necessarily to overtake you 14 in a row, but it's good to see him compete. And it's become a fun rivalry.
No question. And it's heated. You saw the Jimmy Johns Field Catholic League Championship game. That was as heated a game as I've seen between two teams that didn't fight, maybe ever.
That's right. This one has popped up center field. Crichton coming in, giving way to the left fielder Boisenow, who makes the catch in shallow left center field for out number 1.
And it's a new ball game. It's 3-3. It's like we just restarted or whatever. That 3-run homer didn't happen now, if you're Pacey. And the credit to the St. Mary's offense, of course, on that. But now you're totally absolved from it. That didn't even happen. Just keep throwing strikes, keep pitching well, trust in your offense.
So Cash Vandermeet is out, flies out to left field. And here's Max Orozco, who's batting in that 9-hole. And this is a nice guy to sneak down in your 9-hole, a guy that's hitting plus 600. Orozco at second base. He'll be followed by Ryan Taransky. 3-3 game, top of the second. 3 runs on 3 hits for St. Mary's and 1 error. 3 runs on 2 hits for Brother Rice. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Pacey, who's bounced back nicely here in the second inning.
And that's what he's capable of doing. And this is the second start in a row I've seen him give up a 3-run home run in the first inning and then settle in. And in that Liggett game, I think he ended up going 4 more shutout after that or something like that. Settling in, mixing his pitches. He just, it feels like he kind of wants to rely on the fastball too much early, and that can get him into trouble. Rather than, starting the game out pitching backwards and mixing and matching more things. But now in the second inning, mixing and matching, throwing strikes.
Outside corner strike called, I think.
Yep.
Next week, St. Mary's will play a showdown game against Northville.
Big time matchup.
It will be.
Yep.
We'll have that for you on the prep, or so we hope. Waiting for confirmation from our friends in Mustang Land that they'll have us. Not everybody will have us. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Pacey, emotional. Coming off that mound, and little smoke coming.
Good inning from him. Good breaking ball here. Landed it over the outside edge. Had to get a swing commitment there because it would have been a strike, but a tough pitch to do anything with. Confidence-building inning. Eaglets can take a lead here.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Matt Petrie, the National Coach of the Year in his 13th season, former Michigan Wolverine back in his playing days. His brother's an NHLer, played hockey here at St. Mary's, and his dad's a former World Series champion and All-Star. Former Detroit Tiger, California Angel, and Boston Red Sox. Former pitching coach here. His duties have taken him to Bally Sports.
Wanted to, of course, give a special shout-out to the Lodge. That ball's lifted to center.
McKay gives it a ride to left center and out. Number one. Want to say hello to our good friends.
But a special shout out to the Lodge. I had delicious sandwiches there for lunch. Did you have a Cubano? Is that what that was?
I had the Slim Jim. And yeah, shout out to the Lodge, no doubt. We got the Monte Cristo back here that about 4 people were picking at, like a bunch of scavengers. I invited that scavenger hunt, but man, oh man, some really good food. We thank the Lodge for that. The Cubano was delicious. I think Alex Westfall had that. Everybody had the chicken tendies. It's a very tendy-type team. There's a fly ball right field down the line. That's trouble. That's going to drop. Brustevich will take a hard turn and think better of it. But the guy who had a base hit and 2 RBIs in Game 1 is back to his old tricks in Game 2.
Just an inside-out swing there for him. We've known Brustevich to use the whole field. Right there, I think maybe next year with another year of weight in his legs and he's a little bit faster, that's a double. But either way, no need to push it with the heart of the order coming up.
Man on, man out, and that'll bring up the future volunteer. No, he's not going to the soup kitchen. He's going to Tennessee. Blake Grimmer. The lanky left-handed stick from the left side of the state that's found a home here in Orchard Lake. There goes the runner, throw down to second, and it's not in time, it's in center field. Parker pops up, he'll head to third, Dowd's throw, not in time. Speed kills, that's why.
Good jump from Brustevich. Probably he had that base stolen, I think, regardless of the errant throw. And then smart to know to pop right up and go to third. Now all of a sudden you create a situation where Grimmer doesn't have to get a hit to get you in.
Now look, it's no time to smoke a Cuban cigar. I mean, it's still first and third, and nobody in this inning, but a promising start as Grimmer awaits the Illich fastball.
A good situation to be in if you're Grimmer. All you got to do is lift the ball, really.
Line shot hit hard to right. That's dropping down for a base hit. Brustevich will trot home. St. Mary's has their first lead of the day. It's 4-3 on the Grimmer slice to center.
And just a good job by a veteran, a senior now. And Grimmer actually didn't really play all that much high school baseball for a while there. It's freshman year, and then he missed his sophomore year with injury, and then freshman year was COVID.
Yeah.
And then he's played a lot of baseball over the last couple years catching up, and as he's done so, he looks really, really good in the process. One of the top prospects in the state this year.
Really is, and we saw Jaron Purify this past weekend. I know he's at the top of most people's list, and he didn't disappoint at Girls Point South on Saturday, but so many fine players in that discussion this year. I know last year was kind of a clear-cut number one, right? Brock Porter, but there's a lot of folks, including Perfect Game, that hey, look, there's a lot of guys to be thought of as the guy in Michigan.
I think standing in the box right now is one of them. I think Parker Pico at Rochester Adams is one of those guys.
Yeah, saw him last week too. He looked good.
You could point to Evan Hager at Catholic Central.
Sure, we'll see him
next
next
week.
week.
Players in this class.
Yep. Upstairs, he walked Jason Oliver. So Jolly's on base. There's one out. There's now two men on. And that'll bring up maybe the best freshman in the state, at least at this point, Hudson Brustevich.
Yep. There's the 26 class. It's still early for us to be really determining how deep it'll be, but it looks good in the early going. St. Mary's has a couple of them here in Crichton and Brustevich.
Illich with a firm fastball that Brustevich wasn't sure about. Foul tip into the glove. St. Mary's 44-0 last year. And undefeated season on their way to their state championship and their national title. 3 straight state titles for St. Mary's. They're trying to win 4 in a row under their fine head coach, Matt Petrie, who has had 4 of those state titles under his watch. St. Mary's came into this year winners of 87 of their last 88 games. You go back to 2019, they were 32-9-1. There's a shot to right center field. It's hit hard and deep, and Dowd in the gap snatches it. Tagging at third. Tagging at second, going to third is Grimmer. It's runners to the corners, but the Brustevich bash is noted.
2 really notable things there. Like, number one, I didn't think there was any chance Braden Dowd was going to get there. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, didn't even stretch out. Just kind of, he's there all of a sudden. What a great route, good coverage. But again, Brustevich, that's a missile. That's an absolute missile.
And Brian, he was playing in. Dowd had to go back and in the gap.
That's some instincts, man. That's obviously some short area quickness, but really the instincts take over there on a play like that.
Baseball instincts for Grimmer as well. He thought well enough of it to tag, and he gets to third, 90 feet away.
Yep.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and that'll leave things up to the fine catcher, Vincent Cowdery, against Blake Illich, who's thrown his 67th pitch today already.
And that extra 90 feet that Grimmer there, it doesn't really impact anything in terms of like a batted ball if Cowdery were to get a hit or whatever, but now a wild pitch is in play, and that's why that's important. And for a guy like Illich, who has had some wildness, it's a possibility.
There goes Oliver, pitches outside. It didn't matter. It's bases loaded now, and Boysen out will come to the plate for St. Mary's. The number 7 hitter and the top hitter in the lineup, Will Boysen out. Kyle Kavik will pinch run for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Kyle had a hit in Ohio and was a big part of the Orchard Lake St. Mary's rally in their win against Walsh Jesuit back in a game we did last week. Was that last week?
Yeah.
Boy,
it was 1 week ago today.
It was 1 week ago today. It feels like it was, boy, it's hard to keep up. Illich has yet to get through 2 innings. He's already given up 5 hits, 4 runs, struck out 2 and walked 4. And that's a pass ball, wild pitch, and a run will score. 5-3 St. Mary's as Grimmer scores on the pass ball / wild pitch.
I told you it was in play.
It matters. 90 feet matters.
That at 90 feet really didn't even come into play because Cowger had walked and, et cetera, et cetera. He would have gotten there anyways. But, that's why it counted.
No doubt. So 3 runs by Rice to start this game. St. Mary's tied it in the bottom half, 3-3, and now they've struck for 2. And Boise now looking to add perhaps with Kavik at second and Oliver at third. Off the chest of Chase, keeps it in play, throws to first, and they got him by a half step.
Big play.
Fine play by Vandermeer to stick with it, and Taransky to scoop it. But not before damage done. 5-3, St. Mary's on top. Let's go to the third.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Just a little bit chillier now as we trickle down under 50 degrees, and you can feel it. But the St. Mary's bats have warmed up to the tune of 5 runs. It's 5-3. Pacey back out for his 3rd inning of duty as we start the 3rd inning. He is Brian Sikowski. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. This is Long Ball Live. We are the Prep. And this is Brother Rice out of Bloomfield Hills against St. Mary's out of Orchard Lake. Both teams play out of the Catholic League and the Central Division, the most talented division in the Midwest in the country.
Yeah,
is there any disputing that?
I agree with that. It's game in and game out. All 6 teams are at least good. And U of D is general. I think they came in last year, and they're good.
Yeah,
they have Division I committed baseball players.
Sure, right. Swing and a miss. Pacey is popped back-to-back Ks for him. This latest victim, Cole Vandermeer, and there's quickly 1 out in the Brother Rice 3rd. Brother Rice will take on UAD on Saturday, and then Liggett next week. It'll be a big showdown between Blake Illich and his former team. Illich coming over in the offseason.
You can bet he wants to throw that game.
Yep. He'll be ready to rock.
And you can bet they're ready for him.
I can imagine. That's right. That's all true. They'll take on Heartland in a double dip. Will Rice on the 27th of this month.
Great team there, Heartland.
Yep. That'll be a good game. Rice has not shied away from anybody. I mean, they play a tough schedule, just like St. Mary's. Liggett as well, challenging themselves over the weekend, playing Grosse Pointe North. They played Grosse Pointe South. The Warriors have already played Grosse Pointe South, and they lost to South. And so Fox draws a walk, and the future Buckeye is on first with a man out. And here comes Chase Vandermeed, a guy with some pop out of that right-handed bat, facing Pacey.
A couple of really good breaking balls there in that at-bat from Pacey, but even better job of Fox to not bite. He was trying to get him out in front on the front door.
Wind's starting to whip a bit. Here in Orchard Lake, it says 52 degrees.
It lied.
It's so lying. It's not funny. Pacey trying to find the zone. Against Chase Vandermeed, the Notre Dame commit. That is popped deep to left and foul, but the contact noted.
Well, he was on that one, wasn't he?
Man.
That ball was hit real hard.
Yeah. That one might be in the Robin Goddard concession stand. Off speed missed, so back-to-back walks by Pacey. A good eye by Vandermeed. And that'll bring up Alfredo Velasquez.
Number 7, Alfredo Velasquez.
Be curious to see the location of that pitch there. It looked like a decent pitch. Yeah, probably down. Probably down. Yep.
But close.
Yep,
right.
very close. Very close. Good take.
That's Mike Gentry, the home plate umpire. This is Alfredo Velasquez, who's responsible for the 3 spot in the first inning. He planted one deep into the left field night and the bullpen of Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
He crushed that baseball.
He really did. Got a chance to do a 3-run job again here.
Certainly took a swing at it. Got off his ace swing there for sure on a fastball in a hittable spot. Fouled it straight back. He's on it. He's on the velocity. I think Pacey is going to have to probably go with something off speed or put a fastball in a perfect spot.
We'll see here. Up and away. And Pacey's sort of lost, I don't know, I'm no pitching coach, but is it an arm slot thing?
No, I think he's just, he tries to get too fine when there's runners on base. He's more loose when he's pitching from the windup.
Fredo awaits the full counter.
Good pitch. Great pitch there. Perfect location away. And given how Fredo hit that bomb opposite field on a pitch away there, I think the difference between the two was that one was like knee high as opposed to the belt high, the one he hit the bomb off of. But perfect tail away from the outer third of the plate. Great pitch, great spot, good swing and miss. Work to be done, though.
Yep. Little two-seamer. Off the plate, off speed. This is a dangerous bat in Braden Dowd, the Southern California commit.
This game takes on a little bit of a new meaning when you think that the more outs that Pacey records, the closer we get to Jason Oliver. And, you know, depending on when Matt wants to go to that, he won't hesitate. We saw him in Ohio. He did not hesitate. He went to Jason in the 4th inning or whatever that was. And, I don't think he'd like to go to him this early. I'm sure he would love to get 4 from Pacey, but don't think he won't do it.
He's done it before. We've seen that. Pacey on the year, starting his 4th game, trying to get to 3-0 and match his teammate Aiden Donovan. He's worked the second most innings as the number 2 starter for St. Mary's, as you would imagine. Behind Aiden Donovan, a new piece to this puzzle. That one is popped foul out of play amongst the customers. And young fan from Ortonville will take that home. Not branded, but Ortonville.
Of course.
2 runners on, and that's upstairs. So Dowd patiently draws it full. Both runners will be off. Fox on base at second. Vandermeet on base at first. Full count pitch, 2 outs. There they go. And that is another walk. And Matt Petrie, getting impatient, will trot to that hill.
Yep. We'll see. He's looking at shortstop. I don't know if he's going to go to Jason right now or not, but he took a look.
The pitch count for Pacey starting to mount, but I guess it's the strike ball ratio, Brian, that's a little bit concerning.
And he is. Here comes Jason Oliver. Matt not screwing around.
So that'll do it. Pacey's day will end. He'll be responsible for all 3 runners on base. He finishes going 2 2/3 innings, gives up 3 earned runs and 2 hits, strikes out 6 and walks 4. And we will have a new pitcher that we'll introduce coming right back in 30 seconds. This is the Preps coverage of Long Ball Live.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
A lot of good, a lot of bad from, maybe not bad, but a lot of okay from Anthony Pacey so far this season as an Eaglet as well as today. I thought the start kind of packaged up what he needs to work on and what he's good at. It's a lively fastball at times. We've seen that 2-seam action. He can throw a breaking ball for a strike. You like the slider. He has a changeup. It's a big frame. Needs to get finer with the command. Just needs to get a little more consistent, and that can come with reps. He's got quite a bit of upside considering the arm talent.
He's got a challenge here with Owen Turner, but Turner has a bigger challenge. He's got Jason Oliver he's facing, the right-hander committed to Indiana, who's been really electric this year.
He is the absolute definition of a leverage man, a fireman, however you want to put it. He's the ultimate weapon to have because Matt is comfortable bringing him into any situation. He can go multiple innings, doesn't really give up runs. And this is not to say that he'll finish this game, but this is what the St. Mary's best chance to not allow any more runs over the next several innings is. And if they can build a lead in the meantime, then he doesn't have to finish the game. But he comes in big spots exclusively. Matt didn't hesitate.
2-2 the count here. He's facing Turner, who was batting .571 coming in, 2 home runs. It's a guy that's getting some D1 looks. He's a high academic performer. Really improved the catching defensively, but he can stick it too now, and he's in a chance to make a difference with bases loaded. That one is skied to center, and that one is going to be trouble, and it's going to drop. Into score comes Fox. Chase Vandermeet right behind him, and it's an RBI 2-run single with 2 outs off the bat of the catcher, Turner.
And that's a great job. You know you're going to get velocity when Jason Oliver comes into the game. You don't have to try and do too much. Just get barrel on it, get enough there. He muscles it into center field. Hey, tie ball game again.
5-all. 2 runs for Rice here in the third. And the fun battle continues. Runners at the corners. Running at first was Turner. There's 2 outs. He'll continue his journey. And the catch is made in left. But Oliver gets hit, and 2 runs score, and Rice comes right back with a couple to tie it. Back to Dan Petrie Field right after these.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Dan Petrie Field, home of Samuel Fisher. The fine A1 today on this great crew. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. His name is Brian Sikowski on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. Thanks for watching. Here's Luke Crichton, the batter. He's facing Blake Illich, who is in a brand new ball game himself, and he stuck around for it. Here he is in the bottom of the third, the only starting pitcher still around.
Yes, and important for him to have a shutdown inning here. You get 8-9-1 to start this inning off. Keep the ball down, keep throwing strikes, keep attacking with the breaking ball. Would be huge for him and for Rice to have a clean inning here.
Luke had 3 hits in a game on that Ohio trip against Milford, and starting to figure it out. Not easy being a freshman in this league. Not easy being a freshman in varsity baseball, period. And here he finds himself and on this national championship searching lineup, and he pops it up to center. Dowd will come in and corral that thing. That's the first out of the bottom of the third and a tie game at 5.
And a lot of things with freshmen, and Luke Crichton in particular, is if you look at him, so many good things are going to come just as he gets stronger. Yeah. And it's the same. It was the same thing with his brother Jack.
Yep.
Jack was very similar as a freshman. Made a lot of contact, was athletic. You could play him in a bunch of spots, but when he hit the ball as hard as he could, it fell in the left fielder's glove. You know.
Yep.
And now, as he got older and as he got more mature, and he's experiencing the same thing at Clemson now, like the need to continue getting more physical. Just all good things will come from that for both of them.
Here's the future Michigan State Spartan, Aiden Donovan, a two-way player, whacking away here. He got the win in game 1. And Blake Illich back on that bump, looking for a 1-2-3 inning and a shutdown inning after his team got him back into it with 2 runs in the top half of the inning. Got him on strikes with a biter.
Big opportunity here for Illich, like we talked about just a couple minutes ago. First 2 guys. Can you get Ryan McKay out? Can you have a clean inning? Can you get back, let your offense come back out feeling confident?
Nice slide piece caught in slow-mo there by the wonderful Alex Mayer. Pride of Channel 4 in the offseason. Off-speed pitch just on the outside part of the plate. He takes his weekends with Bernie. It's okay. We don't get jealous too much. Illich getting confident in that breaking ball, Brian.
As he should. It's his best pitch right now, and he throws hard, but he can control that breaker better than he can control the fastball. And so he's more comfortable with it. He's thrown a couple good ones to McKay that just missed.
Ryan McKay, also the future Spartan. And this is a talented left-handed bat. Defensively at second base, I don't even know this guy today. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen him make 2 errors in the last 2 years.
Yeah, very might not have.
Really hasn't. Off-speed missed, and Blake Illich didn't love the call.
It was the same breaking ball he threw that he got behind 2-0 on. It was a good pitch. It's a good spot, but it is a ball. And McKay took it, and it was a ball all 3 times he threw it. Can't let that ruin it, though. You can't let that get in your head. Now you just have to attack Restevich and try and get yourself back in the dugout.
A lot of confidence brewing for Parker Brustevich. He's had a big offensive day today, including 3 hits and 3 RBIs.
Get a visit from Coach Steele here.
Yeah, Mike Steele's on his way out to have a word with his right-handed sophomore. Steele, new to the staff this year, joining Bob Riker's staff, and he looks like he's going to go make a move. Yep. How about it? We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll tell you all about the new hurler. Blake Illich's day is done. Both starters are knocked out in Orchard Lake. We're tied at 5, nothing solved. All the fun to be had ahead of us. Back after these.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Well, winter may be behind us, but your old tired landscaping is right in front of you. And now is the perfect time to start your spring cleanup with State Crushing Landscape Supply. From mulch to topsoil, they've got it all. Call State Crushing Landscape Supply for all your landscape supply needs. They've got 2 locations to serve you, in Oxford and in Auburn Hills. Give them a call today, 248-338-3310, and check them out on the web at statecrushing.com.
No disrespect to State Crushing or that advertisement, but I disagree that winter's behind us.
Oh, today's day makes it feel like it's just not quite behind us, right?
That wind off the lake, Coach.
Oh my goodness.
New pitcher.
Yeah, we've got Mr. King on the mound. This is Ryan King. He's a big part of what they've got going on the staff. Throw down to second, and it is not in time. A fine throw by Turner, but it is a stolen base for McKay.
It was a good play all around there. It was a good pitch to run, or it was a good pitch to throw on for Turner, and he threw a seed down there. Good pick by Orozco. McKay had just gotten a better jump.
Nice pick by Max. And yeah, that jump was something. Brustevich got a guy in scoring position now. That's a breaking ball over Ryan King is the pitcher. King's a guy that they trust in their top 5.
They do, absolutely. He's a strike thrower. We just saw the breaking ball. It wasn't thrown for a strike, but you can see the depth on it. It's a pitch that he likes to throw and is good. I'm going to make sure he gets on the same page with Turner here. Obviously, a pretty big situation, 2-0. 3-1 for those watching the other way.
Yep.
I'm back in being able to talk Catholic League. It took me a game and a half.
You can translate.
But we're locked back in. Like 2-0 means the same thing as 3-1 because, this is how we play doubleheaders in 4 hours.
McKay on at second. This is Parker Brustevich, committed to Notre Dame, the batter. He'll be
Heads up.
Off the facing. Todd Bardis, watch out. He's been playing those hot licks all day. Don't get him injured. We cannot let the DJ or the PA man get injured. Todd Bardis doing a great job. I think Jack Bardis is in there too. Keeping score. Yep. Young Jack, wide receiver on the football team. That's in the dirt. That's going to walk Brustevich, and that'll bring up Blake.
Big spot for the senior here. Another great at-bat for Parker Brustevich, as we've grown used to, of course, as we've talked about a lot. But a big spot for Grimmer here. Be the senior, 2 outs. Your first 2 guys in the lineup have gotten on. They've worked some good at-bats. Can you do some damage here? Be a star. Be the star here.
Come on, Blake. Come
be the guy, be the dude. He's got a chance to do that again today. Foul tipped into the glove. A little bit of smoke coming from the King.
Just a firm fastball. Looked like it was over the outer third of the plate. Grimmer just pulling off of it a little bit. Wanted to pull that more than he should have.
Does anybody have a heater or a blankie? Man, is it getting cold.
Should have brought my Snuggie.
Man, that would have been great. I would have admired you in a Snuggie. That would have been a lot of fun to see. Will you please come in one next time?
It's a Barney the Dinosaur.
I'll pay you like double. You'll make like $2 next game.
Deal. Up to 2.
Yes. It'll be amazing. We'll all have fun. Swing and a miss. Oh, the king of Orchard Lake right now is Ryan after that big K on Grimmer.
Great pitch, fastball down in the zone. Got to swing and miss. It's a firm pitch. It's located well, and that's a great job by King.
Love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
We are the Prep. This is Long Ball Live. He is Brian Sikowski. My name's Chad Bush. If you'd like to follow us on social media, we would love that. That'd be so nice. We are on the Prep YouTube channel right now. If you'd subscribe to us, we'd really appreciate that too. And we have a Facebook account. We have an Instagram account. We have a Twitter account. And I think we got TikTok. Yeah, we got a TikTok. I think that's jumping today. Thanks so much for liking, subscribing, following. Send us an email if you want to be a sponsor, you want to be a friend, you want to work on our crew, you want to just say hello. Please do so. info@theprepsports.com.
Number 1, Max Orozco.
Brand new ball game again, Chad.
9-1-2. This will be Max Orozco, who has a hit already in this game. To lead things off, a dangerous spot from that 9 spot. He was batted leadoff in game 1.
This situation, while though tied, is advantage Mary's because of who's on the mound for them. Now, does that mean anything? They still have to score. You know what I mean? But in a battle of a bullpen, Jason Oliver's the best reliever in the state. So we'll see. But this should be advantage Mary's.
Pitch low in the dirt. Checked his swing. Did he go?
Sure did.
Yes, he did. Max is out. So there's 1 up and 1 down in the Brother Rice 4th inning.
That was, I mean, whenever you see a checked swing whiff over a pitch that went 48 feet, it must have done something nasty. So, I mean, Jason's got the ability. He's not all heat. He can really spin a breaking ball. He throws like a knuckle changeup thing. But that was an ugly, ugly swing over the top of something that barely made it to the plate.
Filthy slider. That's a fastball that just misses on the outside part of the plate. This is Ryan Taransky, the leadoff hitter, 6'3", 185, good size, just a junior. He is committed to Central Michigan. Fire up chips. That one's chopped down the third base line and past the 32nd-year head coach, Bob Riker. Speaking of fire up chips, he had a fine career in Mount Pleasant at Tennyson Stadium.
Brother Rice has sent lots of guys to CMU over the years.
Rightfully so. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Oliver back up to his old tricks.
Pat McKenzie, who was there when I was there.
Royal Oak
second
kid.
Baseman.
Yep.
He's now the head baseball coach at Byron Center High School.
Is he?
On the west
Is
side.
that right?
Yeah, he's a teacher.
Bulldog of a second baseman.
Tremendous college baseball player.
Really was good.
Got on base all the time. Played
Yes.
a great defense.
Yep. Nice player.
And a really good dude, too.
So here's Alex Cheeseman, who will bat. .364 hitter. This is a commit to University Alabama Birmingham.
And he's got some tools. Like you can see, he looks like a running back. He looks like an athlete who can move, and that's the speed is a big part of his game. He's a 6'5", 6'6" runner in the 60. He gets down the line well. We saw him try and bunt in the first game. He's got some juice in the right-handed swing. He's got some defensive versatility. You'll see him play second, third, or short. So nice piece heading to UAB that they can maybe do a couple different things with.
Good swing on this one up the gap, and this one is going to be corralled by Crichton near the warning track for out number 3. So that's all. Oliver throws a 0 in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom half in a tie game. Eaglets trying to win their 79th in a row. Rice trying to ruin that run. We're back after this.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. It's a blistering 48 degrees. It's windy. It's cold. It's baseball in April. We had 80 degrees last week. It's life in Michigan, really. And that's how it is. 5-5, though. We're in a dandy of a game. Bottom of the 4th. Brian, heart of the order for St. Mary's, 4-5-6.
Yeah, and we're at the point now where if you're St. Mary's, you have to feel confident in who you have the mound, Jason Oliver, and you don't have to think that you need to score bunches of runs or anything like that. You can manufacture runs as St. Mary's. You don't always score in bunches, so you can do that. Continue to execute the approach. Don't screw anything up. The game will take care of itself.
Well said. Ryan King back out for his second inning of duty. Looping breaking ball.
It's a good pitch for him, and it's not just that. The fastball's got some heat to it. You can see he pitches downhill with it and around the knees, and he can move it to both sides of the plate, but that breaking ball is a good pitch.
Popped up right side, shallow right field. Fox coming on, makes the catch. And there's quickly one out. That is not Fox. That's Cash Vandermeed in right field. I apologize. So, here comes the freshman, Brustevich. Hudson Brustevich, one of 3 Brustevich brothers?
I don't know. I know of 2 for sure.
I think there's another one coming.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just...
They still have a ways to go to catch the Essex.
Yeah, well, that's where I was thinking. There's a lot. There's some competition there. Down the line, popped up. Cash has been busy. He'll make another snatch in right field, this time closer to the line. Cash makes the catch in foul territory. Was that fair?
It was right down the line.
Doesn't matter. It's an out. But the point here is that, look, this has been a really good run by King. A chance for a couple of zeros in back-to-back innings against his potent offense.
He's just, it's you can see the difference. I mean, Illich rarely started at bats off with a strike. And in the Catholic League, if you start off with a strike, you have the upper hand by leaps and bounds as a pitcher. And conversely, if you take a ball, you have the upper hand by leaps and bounds as a hitter. And King has started a lot of at-bats off with strikes, whether it's fastball or breaking ball, and then having the upper hand. You don't have to be perfect. You're not trying to strike people out, but hitting with 2 strikes is infinitely more difficult.
Very true. This one is flown to right again, and Cash is money again. All 3 outs by the sophomore right fielder recorded, and that ends the side. We go to the top of the 5th. Here come the Warriors looking to unice this 5-all tie.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
All right, here come the Warriors in the top of the 5th, and they're bringing up some thunder in that lineup. It'll be Fox followed by Vandermeed, and they'll go against the reliever Jason Oliver, a guy who we saw come in earlier in the game than usual at Walsh Jesuit. And Brian, we're seeing it again today, and this shows the respect Matt Petrie has for Rice and their offense.
Jason's not a traditional closer. If anything, he's a to be determined when used piggyback starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Matt wants to use him. He's comfortable using him for multiple innings, whether that's to close the game or not. And we talked about the possibility of if Marys were to build a lead, maybe the 7th inning goes to someone else and he's not finishing it, whatever. But the point being, he's not a closer. He's a once-a-week, multi-inning, whenever Matt needs it type.
Tyler Fox smacks one up the middle where it came from. It's a base hit to start things in the 5th for the Ohio State commit, Tyler Fox.
Another good piece of hitting from Fox. That swing is just so loose and so easy. The path is clean. That's firm from Jason Oliver, and he turned it around, hit it pretty hard. The only thing that kept it in the ballpark was that it was on the ground.
Yeah. So here's Vandermeed. He DH'd for Rupenthal in Game 1, batting .318 on the year, .430 on base percentage. Two-way guy committed to Notre Dame. You'll see him at third base, pitcher, DH.
And this is the cleanup hitter, but in a close game like this, in a situation like this, don't be surprised. Yep.
And he is. It's a bunt. It is firm back to Oliver, throw to second, and it's not going to get the job done.
Had to freeze if you're Fox. I thought Oliver might catch it in the air, so nothing you can do there, but then smart by Jason, smart by Cowdrey yelling it out, smart by McKay to be there to be able to get the lead runner, but certainly not the fault of the base runner there, Fox.
No, sir. So Vandermeed will stay on at first and run for himself. Good athlete. Slider over for a strike. 3 home runs now on the year for Alfredo Velasquez after his 3-run bomb in the top of the first. That's a chopper. That's a tough play, and that's going to get beyond Oliver.
Really kicked, tough spin. It kind of took off when it hit that second hop. Tough. That's a really chopped, top-heavy, spinning baseball. That really took off.
It is. I think it's an error, but I don't know how they'll score it. But nonetheless, it's noted it was a tough play, and Oliver will get a better look here, Brian.
Yeah, it just takes off on him. It had top spin, and when it hit the ground again, it really just jumped. And, yeah, probably an error.
So with the go-ahead run in position now, Bob Riker's going to go to his bench, and he will pinch run for Vanamede. And Presley Fortino, I believe, number 16, is now pinch running for Brother Rice. So this will bring up a guy that's used to being in the primetime spot, Braden Dowd, the University of Southern California commit, the left-handed hitting senior center fielder.
He's impacted the game in a big way defensively today a couple times.
Popped up left field near the line and won't get to it. Good hustle by Boisenau, but no chance.
Yeah, he's made a couple really nice plays in center field. We've talked about it. Has yet to really be loud offensively yet, but he has that ability. He can leave the ballpark, and even when he's not doing that, he's just a good hitter in general. Interesting choice here for Oliver. Do you go fastball again? Do you bring that slider?
Popped up and fouled away again, and that's amongst the customers. Cowdery will give a courtesy chase.
Dowd was definitely sitting fastball there. He guessed right because he was on that a little bit, and that was firm from Jason. That looked like it came with a lightning bolt on the end of it.
Some pop in this bat. Guy that's had some tough luck, but some good swings early this year. Dowd runs well, just 1 out, runners on first and second. Rice trying to ruin the 78-game win streak for St. Mary's, a state record.
Really good job protecting there. That's a breaking ball. It wasn't necessarily a great one, but it would have been a strike, and you could tell he wasn't necessarily sitting on it. So that's just really good barrel control to just get enough of that to give yourself another chance.
One-two count. Shot hit hard to right, hit right at Brustevich. Parker with a catch. Fortino will tag. He'll get to third, but another hard hit ball by Dowd that is not rewarded.
The ball was crushed. And that's the second time today that Brustevich has caught one out there. I think it was Fox in the first game. Getting tattooed, and Matt wants to come talk to him.
Man,
but
this is a good swing.
Lucky from St. Mary's.
Yep. So, conversation on the infield, and Matt Petrie in his 13th year, 4 state titles, 3 straight back-to-back national championships, and he's going against his alma mater and going against one of his mentors, Bob Riker. And this game means a lot for St. Mary's, not just to keep the record going, not just because they're rivals, but this is a Central Division rivalry.
Yes.
Between these two schools, it'll go a long way in proving the winner of the division.
Exactly. Whenever you can sweep a doubleheader in league, it's huge just for the league itself. The games, they count for a lot because there's only a certain amount of teams to make the playoffs, and seeding is very important, obviously. But anytime you can grab 2 in what is such a competitive league, it's such an advantage.
Rice is trying to avoid the sweep. So here comes Owen Turner, who's had a base hit today. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Oliver against Turner. Runner off and running, and he'll have to come back, Brian.
Good fastball they ran on the hands. Even better job by Turner to even kind of get there because that's firm. But Jason right away in attack mode. He doesn't pitch in anything other than attack mode. He won't try and be too fine or anything. So, but now can you stay geared up for 93 with that slider in his back pocket? Cowdrey's got to be a wall.
Here comes the 0-1. One and one. Fortino at third, running for Vandermeed. On via the fielder's choice, and Velasquez on at first. One and two the count.
Gone a couple breaking balls here. The first one wasn't real good, hung up for a ball. That one was better, but still probably caught too much of the plate, and a good job there from Turner to foul it off. But now, do you go back to the fastball? Can you locate it? Can you locate it perfectly? Good hitter versus good pitcher.
2-2, 2 outs. Tie game. Let's do it again. The longer this goes, advantage Rice, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The more you can see, and a guy like Jason is durable and he's athletic. He's not tired yet. We're not worried about that. But, you know, it takes a lot out of you to have a 10, 12 pitch at bat as a hitter, or as a pitcher, excuse me. Like, what do I got to do to get this guy out? He's seen everything I have.
There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Jolly with a big K. And this thing stays tied. We go to the bottom of the fifth, tied at 5.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Chad and Brian back with you. You get a look at the 13th year head coach, Matt Petrie. 4 state titles. He's got a great staff. He's got a great demeanor. He's a good young man. Great head coach, and I know you've worked with him. Thomas Carrion, one of his assistants this year, a new assistant. Theo Piccarelli, the former Eaglet at first base. And I know you've worked with Matt. You have some fond things to think about and say about him.
Yeah, I think he's the best high school baseball coach in the country. I've said that on here before. I'll keep saying it. I think that his ability to simultaneously develop while also handle egos, while also keeping guys locked in. Sometimes it's harder to keep guys locked in when you're kicking everyone's butt than it is, if you're getting your butt kicked. And handling guys who are as talented as players have come through St. Mary's and keep being able to keep all those guys locked in for the one goal and keeping their heads in check, and it takes a special guy to do it, and not to mention he's pretty good at the baseball part too.
No doubt. Well said. Here's Will Boisenow, the leading hitter for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's right. It's Will Boisenow. It's not Jason Oliver, Blake Grimmer, Rustevich, or McKay. It's Will Boisenow, the junior, making a name for himself here in Orchard Lake.
Looks like Matt's going to go to his bench here on deck. I believe that's the big lefty Ryan Summers swinging a bat. He'll hit for Crichton. Matt trying to get a little bit of power in that 8th spot.
Fair enough. Boisenow bullets one down the line. That's just wide of that bag. We have not seen Summers yet this year. Who picks up the stick. Or Summer. It'll be just his 13th plate appearance. But Will Boisenau wasting a lot of baseballs into the Orchard Lake night.
Summer is a junior. He's a catcher. Obviously, Cowdrey's going to do the majority of the catching this year as a senior who has experience, who played behind Ike Irish. But next year, looking towards 2024, it's going to be Summer, and it's going to be Anthony. I'm going to screw up his last name.
Pacey.
No, that's the pitcher.
Oh.
The other catcher. Those will be the two next year.
That's all right. Kiafoulis? No, not Kiafoulis. He's a pitcher. Matt Petrie's going to make a move here, and it's the one that, well, it's not going to be the move we thought. It's going to be Kyle Kavik that will come on to pinch hit. So Kavik, who we saw in Ohio wreak havoc on Walsh Jesuit, he'll come in here, and he will try to keep some things going against King.
I think that was 100% determined by what happened to Boisenau. If he'd have gotten out, this would be Summer. But with him on base, I believe this is probably going to be a bunt.
It is a bunt attempt that's pulled back, and it's a called strike. And you would assume things might still be on. Chase Vandermeed is now playing in on the grass about 5 steps. Good speed at first with Boisenau. Kavik in a sacrifice bunt situation against King. Squares to bunt, pops it up, and catch is made. Turner with a catch. Kavik can't convert, and here comes Aiden Donovan, the Michigan State commit.
Now batting number 22, Aiden Donovan.
Yeah, just, hey, nothing to say there other than can't happen. And I'm sure he knows that, and he'll get better at it, and they work on it every day. But yeah, still, that's a big spot to be in. Now you need Aiden Donovan to get the barrel out. He's got all kinds of power.
St. Mary's 12-0, and trying to stay perfect. They've done that for a year and a half. Their last loss was the first baseball broadcast ever in prep history. They thought, oh, what is this thing? What's this St. Mary's team? Are they going to lose every game? And they haven't lost since. It's been an amazing run.
Also, coincidentally, my fiance,
Marissa,
her brother, my future brother-in-law, has seen precisely one St. Mary's game in person.
Stop it. It was that game?
Celine.
Oh, man. Stinking Celine, ruining all the fun. Ground ball to third. Vandermeed with it. Second for one to Orozco. Relay to first, and it's a Warrior double play. 2 for the price of 1. 6, 4, 3, and the inning over.
Really good turn by the second baseman. Huge play for Brother Rice. We're still tied. Let's go to the 6th.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
So here comes Cash Vandermeed, the left-handed hitting twin. His twin brother is Cole, and his brother that's not a twin is Chase. There's Kyle Galley. Kyle and his wife, Stephanie, are expecting in the second week of May. Best of luck to Kyle, assistant coach. Does a great job. There's a line shot to right, and that is caught on the run by Parker Brustevich for out number 1.
It's He's been pretty good in right field today, Brustevich has. I know a couple of those balls that have been hard hit have kind of caught him in his tracks, but still looking rangy. As a guy who plays multiple positions, it's always nice to see him playing better and better in different spots. Notre Dame takes that guy, and now maybe he's right field, left field, third base, and first. Maybe he can do all four.
We got a pinch hitter, and it is none other than number 22, the Madonna commit, Nick Sandeja, 5'10", 185 senior. Guy with some juice in his bat, coming off the bench. And a spot against Oliver. By the way, we got all there was a lot of most response and text I got all day was if there was a fourth Brustevich.
Yeah.
I got about 5 people texting me saying, yes, he might be the best one.
Tied with the Essex.
Yes. There's a walk. Yeah, the Essex are pumping him out too. And we'll see Grant perhaps yet today. Saw the Twins against Wayne State in Ashland last week. We got a walk here, and now we got a pinch runner. And they will bring off the bench number 1, Max Orozco, to pinch run. Max, of course, already in the game, but he can re-enter as a runner. How, I don't know, but we'll move on for the greater good of the program. Is it the last guy to get out?
No, you get one re-entry. If you're in the starting lineup, you can be pinch hit for, be pinch ran for, re-enter. But then the person who pinch hit or pinch ran for you is dead. He can't play anymore.
I keep learning about these extra players, defensive players. They didn't have these back in 1994.
Did you know that in summer ball, it's not uncommon to hit 11?
Wow.
Give you two extra hitters on top of your designated hitter for the purpose of getting more players in your lineup to show to coaches if you're in those types of tournaments.
Daniel Smythe in the house. All the stars are coming out. Ryan Taransky. There goes the runner. Pitch is taken up and in, and that is a stolen base. Stolen base for Orozco. And Max with his 4th swipe of the year. In scoring position now. That's the go-ahead run, top of the 6th, and a tie game at 5. Ryan Taransky, the future Chippewa. And he draws a walk, and Jason Oliver is starting to draw some concern from that red and white dugout.
Yeah, just uncharacteristic misses from him. He's a guy who generally fills the strike zone up. It's not an overwhelming pitch count so far. It is cold out here, understandably so, but it's late in the day, I understand. But he was at his best the entire time at Walsh, and we were later in the night than that.
Right on. So this is Alex Cheeseman, the future Blazer of UAB. That's Alabama Birmingham. There goes the runner to third, and he is safe. Max Orozco takes off for third and has his 2nd swipe and consecutive batters.
It's you steal third base off the pitcher more than you do anything else, and it's off of instinct. And he didn't even hesitate. As soon as Jason looked to the plate, Orozco took off. And at Cowdery, it's a little bit longer of a mechanism for him to throw to the bases, and you're seeing a little bit of a delay in that.
Inside, Taransky takes off, and so now 2nd and 3rd. Rice really starting to feel it right now, and they've got a bat that they trust up there, and Alex Cheeseman.
You'd rather attack the righty here if you're Jason. I don't know if you want to get to the lefty on deck. You'll have to see him eventually anyways, but I'd rather attack here.
No force, 1 out. Slide piece that's filthy. For a strike, it's strike 1. The Cheeseman will remind the home plate umpire.
It's all right. We're good. It's all right. Umpire immediately said, "Yeah, you're right. My bad." Yep. We're good.
That's right.
I got no beef with an umpire who says my bad.
No, I don't. And both have been really good today.
Outstanding.
Really good. Fouled straight back. We are full. We are cold. We are full.
Infield's in here, too. Something to note.
Jolly to the set. The Cheese Man awaits. Got him on strikes.
Great breaking ball. Outstanding great breaking ball in a great spot. Gee, he threw one in that at bat already that we had the imaginary ring up on. But after a fastball for a foul, Jason comes right back with that curveball, perfect over the outer edge. Cheeseman knew it too. Petrie to the mound for a conversation. I don't think we have anybody in the bullpen.
There isn't.
Chad, I know Hale got loose in the first game. I'd imagine that he might end up with a double barrel situation of Hale and Kafoulis if he wants a lefty, something in the mix there. But this is Jason Oliver's game, and they're going to walk Ty Fox.
Why not? Fox will go to first. So the bases are now loaded, and that'll bring up Chase Vandermeed in a high-leverage situation. It's Indiana versus Notre Dame. It's Jason Oliver versus Chase Vandermeed.
That's the right play. You got a base open. You know, who cares about that run at this point if you're trying to prevent the first two from scoring. So get the lefty on first, deal with the righty.
Bases loaded, nowhere to put them. Vandermeed grounds one to short. McKay goes to second, and the force is on. The out recorded by Hardenberg, and the side retired, not without a lot of pressure and a lot of potential runs, but Brian, it's a 0.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. That's Ryan McKay playing short, by the way. Moves over there when when Oliver pitches. Good job by Hardenberg to be there. Strong feed, accurate. St. Mary's gets out of it.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Oh, the Lodge. Boy, did we have some fun with the Lodge today. Chicken tendies. We had a cabin sandwich. We had a
delightful Cuban chicken sandwich.
You had the Cuban?
I had the Cubano. Yeah, that's right.
Fabulous. Pat the Stat had a salad that was cold.
Aren't they supposed to be?
DeAndre, I don't know what you had, but I know it was delicious. You had some Monte Cristo action. Thanks to the Lodge. Go get them after the game. The juiciest burgers, the coldest beers. Go get them right down the street. Kego Harbor, Pat the Stat lives down the street. And we've got bottom of the 6th baseball, a tie game, and that is out number 1, recorded by Chase Vandermeed.
And that was a big spot there. You lead off guys up. Here's where you do the damage. You just got out of a huge inning.
Yeah.
Momentum. Foul out on the first pitch.
Yeah, a momentum killer perhaps, or a non-inning starter that you were looking for. 5-5, your score. 5 runs on 5 hits for St. Mary's, 5 runs on 4 hits. And that's a line shot to right. Brustevich continues to knock the brakes off the baseball today.
It's another inside-out swing, not trying to do too much. Parker Brustevich, a single into right. You said it 1,000 times that he's only a junior. And that's what he's good at, making contact, using the whole field, working an approach. And Grimmer, again, is going to have an opportunity to take a really big swing in a really big spot.
Special hello to E.J. Roman, 95 St. Mary's grad and all-stater on Coach Willis's team back in the mid-90s. Brustevich 2 for 2 today in this game. 2 for 3 in game 1 with 3 RBIs. So, Brustevich on man out, and this is Blake Grimmer facing Ryan King. King, the right-handed pitcher who's done a fine job in relief of Blake Illich. King, a 6'4", 190-pound senior And he's been pretty good keeping his team around.
Throwing a ton of strikes. The fastball's down in the zone. It's tough to lift. It's tough to do anything with. And he's spinning a big curveball, too, when he needs it as well. A good take from Grimmer there to even the count. You know, you'd love to see a big swing here, but even like he did in that first game, lacing a single the other way. Move the line here. Got to protect. Can't go down easy.
King in 2 1/3 has given up just 1 hit and no runs. A couple of walks, but that's a wild pitch perhaps, and a costly one potentially.
No question, and nothing Turner can do there. That ball went about 54 feet and tried his best to get out there, but glanced off the wrist.
Big advancement of the runner, Brustevich.
Got to win the at-bat here if you're Grimmer. Doesn't mean hitting a home run, but you got to win the at-bat.
Full count, 1 out. And too much time for Blake. Bench is getting rowdy. The dugout's going at it. Inside, and it walked him. So Grimmer on, 2 men on, a man out, bottom of the 6th, and here comes Jason Oliver to try to help his pitching cause.
A pretty good at bat from Grimmer there after falling behind right away, 0-2, and to foul a ball off, take some good pitches from King. That was a good pitch there on the inner third. You know, it's a ball, but it's still a good pitch in a good spot, and a professional approach to take that past the line. Jason Oliver's hitting now.
Quality at bat and recovery. That one's taken, so a run of balls here.
You'd love to see that breaking ball a little more consistent from King. It's good, it's deep. He throws it off the fastball plane. He's thrown some really good ones when he works straight downhill, straight vertical with it. When he's trying to add some sweep and turn it more into a slurve, that's when he loses command of it.
Outside the zone again, Brian, and you don't see any activity in the Rice bullpen either. I mean, this is King's game, you get the feeling.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing well. There's no reason for it not to be, I'd argue. You know, he's been just as effective. He's more effective than Illich and Velasquez last game.
Strike called. Oliver taking all the way, and it's right down the heart of Indian Trail for strike 1.
Jason won't let it rip 2-0 unless it's a pitch he knows he can do damage with, so that's a good take from him. Just not in the zone he was looking, but now you have to be able to do damage on that pitch.
Ground ball up the middle. Tagged short for 1, throw to first, double play. 2 for the price of 1. Second time in this game. What a fine play by the shortstop, Vandermeed. Or excuse me, not Vandermeed. Who was the shortstop?
I think it's Cheeseman playing short.
Yep.
Good job. Good footwork. Good flip.
4 hits, 2 errors.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
So this game has been called due to darkness. It will end in a 5-5 tie, and it will also end St. Mary's win streak. The win streak is now over, so it will end at 78 games, and this will be considered a tie. So the streak's over. The unbeaten streak continues.
You're gonna come back to that? They're going to finish this game. They're not calling that a tie.
Oh, okay.
It has been suspended, Coach Bush.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
The streak lives on for now.
Okay.
Coach Petrie came over and made sure to listen to what we were saying so he could let us know. So shouts out to Matt for that. But yes, streak is not over, Mr. Bush. It's 5-5. they'll pick that up, I'm sure, at Warrior Park. They'll just pick that up and play two and a third or whatever that is. But, man, what a game. Having fun with that one, weren't we?
Yeah, having a lot of fun until Mother Nature and the lights or lightless field here at Dan Petrie Field ends it. But, yeah, great battle, 5-5. They will play at Warrior Park when these two teams get together again on the 6th of May. We'll talk to Matt Petrie. We'll talk to our G of the game in a moment, Parker Brustevich. But what a battle by Brother Rice and Orchard Lake St. Mary's today in Game 2. This game suspended after 6 innings of play.
6 innings, yeah, and it was back and forth. A lot of offense in the first couple innings. Neither pitcher could really get settled in. Blake Illich has good stuff. It was all over the place. Pacey threw more strikes, but the fastball's more hittable. He gave up more hard contact. 5-5. It was a battle of the relievers. King from Brother Rice and Jason Oliver for St. Mary's both pitched well. There was good defense in that game, more so than the first game, and we saw what I think are two of the top 3 teams in the state, maybe the top 2 teams in the state. So
did not disappoint today here at Dan Petrie Field. We'll come back with Matt Petrie and Parker Brustevich, our G of the game, right after this. St. Mary's wins Game 1, 8-0. Game 2, a dogfight in a 5-5 game that's suspended after 6 innings of play. We're back after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to Fix My Feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. Time now for our G of the game. Orchard Lake St. Mary's wins Game 1, 8-0. Game 2 is yet to be decided. It's a 5-5 game that's suspended. Chad Bush alongside Parker Brustevich, the commit to Notre Dame, and a fine day today. How about it? 4 hits for you, a couple in each game, and a couple of big RBIs in game number 1. Talk about the importance of getting out to a fast start and helping the offense against Brother Rice in that first game victory.
Yeah, it was a good game overall. Team played good. Just 3-2 and got a curveball and just turned on it, and got us started, and then we never looked back from there. Obviously, thanks for the guys getting on base. We had 2 guys on base when I got the hit, and McKay stole the base. So overall, good team game today. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull out the second one, but we'll finish it next time.
So, yeah, it's kind of goofy. The streak still remains, but yet you'll have to wait a couple of weeks until you can come back and play Brother Rice again. This was a competitive ball game in the second, different than what you saw in the first. What's the feeling knowing that you have this streak? It's a great thing to have, but you're also expected to continue this. Any pressure by you or the team to continue this great run?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think once it's game time, I think we just lock in and make sure we're focused on this game, one game at a time. And I just think we don't think too much about the streak when we're playing. It's more off the field, if anything, more just kind of focus on winning games, winning league games. Obviously, Rice, good team, good pitching today, and obviously one of our biggest rivals. And 2 good games. Unfortunately, we couldn't ball the second, but it's okay.
He's playing with his brother, who's a freshman, Hudson. He's on the team this year, and what's it like having your younger bro on the team and you get a chance to play with him, and he's actually a pretty decent player?
It's great. I mean, it's kind of everyone's dream to play with your brother at this level, and done some little recruiting trying to get him to Notre Dame. We'll see how it goes. But, it's been 3-4 years since I played with him, and now couldn't be more happier. Had to do some recruiting to get him to St. Mary's to start, but now that he's here, we're glad, and I love having him on the team with me.
There's more brothers in the pipeline. I understand it's not just Hudson. There's more after that. We got a lot of texts that the guys behind them are no slouches. They might be better than both you guys.
No, they're both, Briggs and Crew, they're both good players, and hopefully we can get them to St. Mary's too. It'll be a couple years. They're still in elementary, but hope we can get them here too, and it's kind of the place they want to be. I want them to be, obviously, so we'll see what happens when it gets there.
This was a 2-for-4 performance in Game 1, 2-for-2 in Game 2, a couple of RBIs. But the fun continues for you guys. This is a different team than last year's national champion and state championship team. What's this year's team like, and how are they a little bit different than years past?
I think one of the things that stands out, obviously, is with a lot of the college guys gone, not as many home runs. I think we play more as a team and more station to station, getting bunts down, and singles, stealing bases, stuff like that. Just kind of getting everyone over station to station, not as many home runs. So I think we play as a team. We have a good group here, and practices are fun. Games are obviously fun. So overall, a good team, good group of guys.
What's it like playing against Brother Rice? I know they're a rival. You know a lot of their guys. They know a lot of you. What's it like playing against your rival?
It's good. Obviously, they always give us a good game. They got some really good arms today that threw, and obviously got some guys that can hit out there too. So it's always a good game and good team to play against. And obviously, I'm friends with some of them, so makes it better. But yeah, it's overall just a good rivalry, good games to play against for sure.
You're playing against your future teammate, Chase Vandermeed. Are you guys friends?
Yeah.
You still friends and boys? You talk?
Yeah.
Any smack or all
fun?
fun?
I love Chase. It's fun. I mean, he's a good guy. He got me out twice today. Good pitch, and he pitched good today. But he's one of my boys deep down, and look forward to the next 4 with him at Notre Dame in a couple years. But until then, we're still rivals.
All right, my man. Parker Brustevich, a big day, 4 hits, a couple of RBIs. St. Mary's wins Game 1, Game 2, TBD. Best of luck this weekend. Congrats for being our G of the game. Yep, you bet. That hat looks really good on you.
Thank you.
Yep. We'll be back in a moment. This is Parker Brustevich, our G of the game. St. Mary's wins Game 1, Game 2, TBD. Rice is going to wait till May the 6th to determine that outcome. We're back on Long Ball Live from Orchard Lake right after this.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Some highlights in this one. a lot of them to be had. There was a base hit there in the first. That was off the bat of Grimmer. That would score a couple, and St. Mary's would get their offense on the board in this one. Continuing to fire on the mound, Illich gave up a base hit here. And Illich in this game would go 2 1/3. This was a high chopper. St. Mary's would find that Bermuda triangle in left field / shortstop. This is a Grimmer base hit to right. Would score a run. And then Alfredo Velasquez would play a little long ball to left center and put one in the parking lot. And that was the long ball. That was the home run. This was a 3-3 game, then a 5-3 game. St. Mary's went on top, and then Rice battled back to make it a 5-5 game. And back and forth we went. This game was suspended, game 2, due to darkness. And game 1, St. Mary's won 8-0. That's going to do it for our coverage today. Want to thank all the folks for making this possible. The chief engineer, the head of this machine, is Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Kyle Buchanan on a camera today. Also, great camera work coming from Zach, the attack from the far corner Wheeler. Alex Mayer on replay. Fish on audio. Pat the Stat on stats. DeAndre Pruitt on graphics. For my partner, Brian Sikowski, my name's Chad Bush. Also want to thank Amelia Zarnick, the graphics producer for this broadcast, and doing a great job on our graphics this season. And Miriam Zarnick on photography. Fabulous job. Anthony Colombo and Alex Siegel also doing great work for this fine staff. For my partner, Brian Sikowski, my name's Chad Bush, saying so long from Orchard Lake. Final score in Game 1, 8-0 Eaglets over the Warriors. Game 2 suspended. Let's do it again at Warrior Park on the 6th of May. It ends up tied at 5. The streak continues. 78 in a row for St. Mary's. We'll talk to you on Saturday from Grosse Pointe, weather permitting, for CC and Liggett. Thanks so much. We appreciate you watching. Good night, everybody.